Gonna bring you in closer. Hi, my name's Jasmine. Bye. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. Super awkward, I know. My name's Jasminerossette, and today's video is going to be about my 2018 weight loss journey. Before we do start the video, I will ask if you can subscribe so you don't miss any time that I upload. I would love to have you back. And yeah, and please comment below if you are also going through a weight loss journey. I would love to know. And if you like any part of this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get to talking about my weight loss journey. So in 2018, I realized that I need to stop having this mindset of trying to lose weight for like all the weight that I wanted to lose in 1 month or 3 months, and then after that try to turn around and like eat whatever I wanted. I definitely realized in 2018 that I need to make this a lifelong journey, that my health and fitness journey is not just going to stop after 3 months of me doing it and losing all the weight. Also, it's not healthy to lose like over 30 pounds in a month. And definitely for me, it's not attainable for me to lose all that type of weight in 3 months. It definitely needs to go slower. And I needed to stop having this mentality that, you know, I need to lose all this weight when it's really healthy to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. And it's also more manageable to keep the weight off at like when you're going at a slower pace, because when you go at a faster pace, I realized you can lose all that weight and then gain it back so quickly. And I didn't want to do like a juice cleanse because I was just like, that's not sustainable for me, because it's gonna clean me out for sure and cause me to lose weight, but I'm not getting all of that like I'm getting some of the nutrients, but not all that I really need. I kind of just realized that I wanted to take this journey and make it more lifelong and determine that my why should be bigger than me trying to be smaller than what I currently am. Because there are times when I definitely do feel frustrated when I go shopping or when I take pictures and I don't like the way that I look, or when clothes that are on the bigger size at a store don't really fit me that well, and it can be really frustrating, and I didn't want that. And so in July, I decided that I wanted to start my journey of losing weight. So I started waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym, try to go 3 to 4 times a week, as well as eating pretty healthy. And my diet definitely didn't adjust until, I mean, I've always eaten healthy, but I really learned more about my nutrition and like how things affect me. And I learned that carbs, if I have even just a gram over, I still either maintain weight or I just gain it. So I wasn't necessarily cutting carbs in terms of like vegetables, because broccoli, a lot of different vegetables have carbs in them, and vegetables are definitely good for you. But in terms of like grains and starches, I definitely had to cut back on those. If I'm not using proper lingo, I'm sorry. It's just, this is what I know. I love sweet potatoes, and I know sweet potatoes are good for me, but I can't have too many of those. So I can't exactly have a whole sweet potato a day. I can maybe have like a fourth of sweet potatoes. And so yeah, I definitely learned more about nutrition for myself and what I can and can't do. And also learning that if I'm going to have a cheat day, it should really just be a cheat meal, like once a week. Because if I do a whole entire day of just eating unhealthy, I don't lose the weight, I end up gaining the weight. And especially with the amount that I do it, I know that I don't have self-control if I have sweets in the house and stuff like that. So I definitely learned a lot about that, but I definitely also became less apathetic about losing weight and wanting to become more healthier and learn more about foods and making sure that I'm eating whole nutrients. So in 2018, I definitely documented my journey and I will insert all of that now. Today is October 9th and I currently weigh 225 pounds. So recently what my diet has consisted of is having a smoothie in the morning. I'll have 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk, a lot of spinach, so like maybe 2-3 handfuls of spinach, half of a frozen banana, some cacao powder, so a little bit of maca powder, my protein powder, so I'll have like 1.5 scoops of that, and then I have a big dollop of peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter, unsalted, and cinnamon, ground cinnamon, Saigon cinnamon, and that will be my breakfast. In the morning, I typically eat light. Lunch, I don't have any snacks. And I'll eat that breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then at noon is when I will have ground chicken. So I'll have like a fist size or my palm size of ground chicken, seasoned, and then I'll have half the plate of spinach or whatever vegetable that I'm feeling. But right now I'm eating a lot of spinach, so it's half of a plate of spinach, and I give myself a hefty amount because I like to eat a lot of vegetables. And then I'll have a little less, I would have maybe like half of this of black beans, and I have that both for lunch and dinner. And then I will drink about 2 to 3 liters of water. That has allowed me to really hone in with my weight, just having that strict of a diet and eating at 7 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 5. So I'm like fasted, you know, eating every 5 hours. And then after 5 o'clock, I don't eat again until the next day. And I'm also drinking a lot of water, and I cut out snacking. And I realized in the past month and a half, that's where the last like 5 pounds have dropped. And I'm also losing a lot more body fat this time. I can tell because my clothes are fitting a lot nicer. So far, I've only lost 8.2 pounds. I just came home from work. It is October. Does this focus on me? Is it? Yeah, it is. It is October 24th. Can you see that? Can you? No, you can't see it. But it's currently 5:04, and yes, you saw 17:04 because I use military time, 24 hours. But yeah, I currently weigh 222 pounds, 222.8 pounds. I think at the beginning, or like the second week of October, I weighed 222.4, but then I gained back like a couple pounds. I was around like 224.8, and I weighed myself today, and I was 222.8 instead of 224. So I've lost weight, but I'm also about to be on my period body, which just means I'm about to start my period in like 5 days. So this week I've just been hungry. I'm just like, I want bread. Give me all the carbs. I'm just the bread monster and I want it all. So yeah, that's currently my life right now. Currently I'm headed to Sprouts because I decided that Wednesdays will be my cheat days because Sprouts has half off on sushi on Wednesdays. And I was just like, I'm gonna do that. So I'm really excited about that. The reason why I'm choosing sushi is because it's semi-healthy, but also because I keep seeing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Anytime he has a cheat meal, he just has a lot of sushi on his plate, and I've just been craving so much sushi. And so I was just like, I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna, you know, be good on my bank. Whereas the weekends, I'm not going to like go out to brunch or get Chick-fil-A or whatever like I normally do, which I haven't been going to brunch in a long time. And I went like less than a handful of times in the summer, which is honestly sad. I don't know who I am anymore. But I'm just really busy now that school's in session. So honestly, this past month, this month has been like not the best. I haven't been feeling that great. And so I'm kind of just like, I allowed myself, the reason why I had gained the weight, I know what happened. I allowed myself to like eat Cheez-Its and hot Cheetos and these creepy crawler octopus. They're like these sour candies, like chewy things. And I just kept getting those like once or twice a week. And I shouldn't be snacking. It's just not good for me because then I'm an overeater. I know that about myself. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to cut down. And yeah, I was able to get back to my weight pretty fast. I mean, 222.8. It's not 222.4, but still, it's not a bad weight to be. I'm still 10 pounds under, so I'm not super concerned about it. And I'm also trying not to stress myself out about it, but yeah, this month of October has just been really hard on me emotionally and spiritually. It's just been, I feel so drained. And now my grad program is just getting harder and harder. So I have to really create a new website and stuff like that. And that just takes a lot of time. So that's currently where I'm at, you know. I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm just trusting God more. I just had to reevaluate things in myself. But I wouldn't say I'm diagnosed with anxiety or depression, but I do get really anxious. And there are moments where I can be really, really down and feel very depressed. And yeah, and so it was just hard. And I had a lot of crying moments this month. I've cried a lot, but good things are, you know, on the horizon, I know. And I just have to trust that God is going to open the door that is meant for me to go through. So you can see it. And yeah, towards the end of the year of 2018, I definitely fell off the bandwagon. I got down to 219 and I was super excited. But then the week after Thanksgiving, we traveled to Seattle. I ate my weight, basically, well, not my weight, because that's impossible. I ate a lot of carbs. I had French fries almost every day. I had burgers every other day. I had fish, like fried fish, because we had fish and chips almost every other day. And I wasn't getting in a lot of vegetables, and I was eating sweets, and I had hot Cheetos, and I just wasn't eating well for an entire week. And so I had gained like 6-7 pounds, and I lost a little bit now. So currently it is January 5th, the day that I am recording this, and I am at 224. So I also brought in the year like very bloated because I had started my period a couple of days before. And if you are a woman, you know that when you're on your period, you gain, some people gain like a couple pounds, some people gain 3 to 5 pounds. I definitely gained 3 to 5 pounds, more like 5 pounds. And so I went up to 226, and it takes me a couple days after my period to like get back to not being super bloated. So I'm currently 224, but before I started my period, I was getting down to about 222. So I was really close. So I was somewhere in that mark, but it's kind of hard to tell. So I'm just going to say that I started the year at 224 because it seems like an easy, I'm just going to do that because that's currently what I weigh, and I'm still very bloated, and it's like a little bit painful, and I've been eating really healthy. I mean, minus last night, I did have Chick-fil-A, so guilty pleasures. But yeah, I think I'm gonna switch the format of, instead of wanting to do like this long video of saying, this is how much weight I've lost and yada, yada, yada. I think I'm just gonna do like a monthly check-in stating like the food that I'm eating, when I'm working out, you know, talking about my feelings, how I feel throughout the process, because I'm also realizing that the journey to losing weight is not just losing the weight, but also loving yourself throughout the process. Because even when I lost 13 pounds and I was at 219 and I felt smaller and my stomach was definitely a lot flatter than what it is right now, I would still look in the mirror and be like, I would go on the scale and be like, oh my gosh, like I'm really excited. I'm actually losing the weight. This feels amazing. And then I would look in the mirror and be like, I'm still fat. Like, I still look disgusting and I don't like the way that I look. And I know that's not true about myself. I know that I'm a beautiful human being and I don't really struggle that much with body confidence or the way that I look. But, you know, I feel like being on the scale, especially I started getting a little bit obsessive of weighing myself. And I feel like that definitely stressed me out a little bit because I'm just like, oh, there's a couple times where I would weigh myself every day for a week to see like what was happening with food and all other stuff. And it's not that I wasn't eating enough, but it was definitely making me more conscious of the food that I was eating and not motivating me in a healthy way. And I definitely don't want to be someone who deprives myself of good foods. Like, and by good food, I mean like food that I enjoy eating, like a burger and fries, because I will forever and always love a burger and fries. But I started to feel bad about myself and not have a healthy relationship with food when I did start to weigh myself. So I'm trying to focus on non-scale victories, which is a term that I've just been learning about, and understanding that like I'm stronger than what I was before. I can do push-ups. I can do a plank for more than 30 seconds. I can now do it for a whole entire minute. And I'm building strength in my core, which was something that was super weak when I first started this past year because I hated working out my stomach. Even though it was a huge problem area for me because people would think I was pregnant. I know. And yeah, and now that I do work out my stomach doesn't look as big. It's not as prominent in my clothing and all that other stuff. And my core, like my posture's definitely gotten better. And yeah, so I've definitely noticed differences. I've noticed that my clothes are fitting a lot better. I have more energy. I can run a lot longer because I started doing 1 minute, walking, 1 minute jogging, and I can hold it I can jog now at like a speed of 4 on the treadmill with the incline at 1.5 or 2 for 2 minutes. And that was something that I couldn't do before. Something that was doing a minute of just jogging at a speed of 4 was really challenging and really hard for me. And now that I've been doing it for like 5 going on 6 months, I'm feeling so much better and I am feeling stronger. And so those are some of my non-scale victories that I'm really, really excited about and really excited to continue in the year 2019. So yeah, this year I'm really excited. Look for the video in February for my January roundup of how I'm going to be documenting my journey, so to speak. But yeah, this year is gonna be interesting. I mean, yesterday I bought a juicer from Walmart and I made a green juice, and it's like, you see there's only that much left. My roommate's home, so she's seeing me record myself. I feel like she's gonna try to be quiet when she gets in here. Hi!
It's not too dark?
No, the light's actually pretty good right here.
It smells juicy.
Yeah.
How is it?
I added way more kiwi because it was hella nasty. It was just like bitter. Also, my lips feel a little bit itchy, but I think it's because of the cilantro and the parsley. But with the kiwi, it's not that bad. So.
Did you get green apple?
No, I didn't. I think I might do that next time, is add apple. I didn't add kale or anything.
Yeah.
I'll share the recipe with you. You'll see. You'll see what I made. But anyways, no, you're totally fine. I decided to talk to you. Oh, are you okay? I'll talk to you in a minute. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you. And I'm excited to continue this journey. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to stay kind, stay true, and stay laughing. Ugh. Am I in focus?
Hello.